Poor Decisions podcast. It's your boy Henny Swaz. I'm here with your girl.
Christina.
Cheers.
Cheers.
We're gonna get into more a little personal, more deep. Um, got some questions for her. Got some questions for you about life stuff and just like just looking at life at a different point of view. Well, tell us about yourself a little bit.
I mean, I just be working. I mean, like that. Like that's the only thing I can really say. I just be out here working. Whatever spare time I could do is just with my family, and just hope for the day where I'm not drained.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
It's hard nowadays, especially when work is draining all on its own.
Yeah. And it's just when you're dealing with people, it's like that's taking all your energy, and it's like you don't want to talk to nobody else,
Yeah,
because you're talking to people all day.
Constantly, right?
So it's like, man.
And it's like you gotta give everybody that A1 energy,
Yeah.
especially when you don't have it.
I mean, I be slipping, to be honest. Like I could be like I'm rude at times, and then sometimes like I catch myself. I'm like, you know what? This is my job. I can't be doing that.
It's like, damn, hold on.
Yeah.
Like I gotta remember
like,
where I'm
I
at.
don't know. Where I work though, it's a white demographic, so understand where it's hard.
Yeah,
It's
I know, for real.
They're not appreciative of anything like that, any services or whatever it is.
Yeah. And it's tough because it's like you try to get, like you said, you try to give them your all. You try to give them all that like
I try,
niceness and shit.
Yeah.
And it's like in return, it's like it almost feels like they don't care.
Nah, bro. It's like they're at McDonald's. Like, let me get a Big Mac.
Get a motherfucker.
And it's like I need it right now.
Yeah.
Like I might be like the next minute at the drive-through.
Right.
Like type shit like that. So it's like I don't know. It's a lot, and it's like you try to be fake nice, and then you get tired of it, and then when those people that are actually nice. It's like, and you're rude to them, even though like you don't even mean it. You're like, oh fuck, like,
right?
I feel bad.
Exactly, and then they kind of make you feel like, damn. But
let me fix my attitude.
Right.
Like
I'm gonna go to the break room real quick.
Yeah, like I gotta turn my whole life around.
I know. Like, it's like, damn,
I'm being wrong.
But that's when you just step away from it and take that breath, get some composure. But
yeah,
sometimes it's hard.
No, that's what I'm saying. It's like. It's if you can take the breath, because sometimes you can. I mean, like because you have your family life and whatever it is where you can't take the breath
right
to be cool or everything like that. Sometimes you even gotta keep the customer service front at home because you don't want to ruin everyone else's day,
right?
Or whatever the thing is.
Yeah.
So it's kind of hard. It's all about balance. I feel like it is, but it's hard to get that balance.
Exactly.
And know the difference.
Yeah.
Work life, home, or whatever.
Exactly.
Whatever it is. I mean, like, it's like it's a lot. It's something that you have to really think about yourself.
Exactly.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Because I can't tell anybody to, this has to be this way.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Putting on that like attitude that you're tired and you're exhausted and you're pretty much done with that day, right? But everybody else wants more energy out of you when you get home.
Yeah. I mean, it's like you gotta do it at home, and then you gotta do it at work, and then you come home and you gotta do the same shit because you don't want to ruin anyone else's day or like project on what made you mad
right
during the day at work. And it's like it's hard.
Yeah.
It's like, I mean, nobody wants to do that, but it's just like you want to either like vent or whatever it is, and whoever the person is to not take it the wrong way.
Right.
And it's hard because everyone's raised differently and like all that the other shit, so it's like you can't, and you also can't force them to understand you.
Right. It's hard to communicate. I mean, it doesn't really even matter who it is. It's like
as much as sorry, I don't
no,
know.
good.
But it's like as much as you want to say like communication is key. Yeah, it's key, but it's like how is the other person going to take it?
Exactly.
You know, are they going to take it as like an argument, or are they going to take it like you're talking shit to me, like this and that? And it's like you don't know what it is when you're just trying to talk to them direct.
Exactly.
To either make a situation better, or talk about your day, or talk about something that's been bothering you. You can do all you can, but if that person takes it a different way, it's just, I mean,
and then it kind of puts like both sides in that kind of mood
in
where
that
it's like
fight or flight.
Yeah,
type
exactly.
Shit.
Yeah,
it's just like, if you're gonna come at me, then like, you know what, like I'm gonna come at you,
yeah,
like
exactly.
type shit.
And then it's like that's where it comes in, where it turns into that argument, right?
Yeah.
And it's like it wasn't never really meant to be an argument. It was more, hey, I need you to listen. I need to vent.
Exactly. Or it's like, or I want to talk about this so we could be better.
Exactly.
Or so we could communicate better. Or like whatever you're going through. Like I want to talk about it.
Exactly.
You know?
Exactly.
Because I mean, it's quick to say like I'm done. Fuck you. It's so quick.
It's easy.
So quick. It's so easy. But if it's something that you want it to work, like you want it to work, right?
Yeah.
You whatever, like I'm not just saying like relationship wise, it's like family wise or friend wise. It's like you want this to work. You want to be still friends with them. You want to still like have a good family relationship. You still want to have a good like partnership if it's romantic wise.
Right.
So it's like don't take me wrong, but
right. But this is where I'm coming from. And that's where it gets really like, I feel like a lot of miscommunication happens during that time.
100%.
Because it's like like you said earlier, it's like one of those things where it's like, this is how I'm feeling, but you might take it a different type of way, or you might try to read in between the lines when I'm not trying to get too deep into it, just more like directly from what where I'm coming from, you know?
Yeah, like I'm not coming at you. I'm not trying to put you down. It's just like something that bothers me, and it's like vice versa. Like I would want you to tell me what's wrong, or like something that bothers you, to see if I could fix it, you know, and so things could work out. And it's like I said, it's not romantic wise, it's friend wise, it's family wise, it's any type of relationship that you want to keep. So it's like everyone wants to think it's a relationship, because it's like with friendships you do have to work at it, because it's like you could be like, bitch, I don't fuck with you no more, or like some shit like that. But it's just like something that they did to bother you. And it's just like, it could be like a quick fix. Like, bitch, I really didn't like that you said this. I really didn't like that you did this. And it should, I mean, I feel like it's with friendships, it's hard to say, because it's like you're not in a relationship. You're not family.
And people go so long.
Yeah.
Like people go years, if not years and years and years, when it could have just been like a simple, I mean, I'm not saying everything's that simple, but when you communicate and when it's like, hey, this is what, you know, it's getting out of that comfort level.
No, for sure.
Like,
and
hey, I didn't like this. Can we, you know, even if it's not working on it right away, but just addressing that issue.
Yeah, it's maturity.
Yeah.
So it's like, I mean, it's like talk about things. I mean, that's what it is. I mean, it's not hard either. Yeah, it's hard to hear like things that are wrong with you, quote unquote, wrong with you. I mean, you know, nobody's perfect, so it's like, and that's where like you learn. It's just like, oh man, like he or she doesn't really like this or this and that, and
sometimes that's a hard pill for somebody to swallow.
It really is.
Like me, I'm not gonna lie to you. It really
is.
It's I'll admit it. Like it's hard for me to hear something that I'm not even necessarily doing wrong, but just hear about myself when I feel like I'm doing everything that I can, you know? And it's just one of those things that I feel like that's always how I'll be, but I need to be more understanding of why that person is coming to me, because they want to work things out or they need to see change in order to move forward.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I mean, it's not like changing yourself as a person. It's just changing the habits,
Right.
or something like that. If a person really wants to change you, then like as a person,
Mm-hmm.
as a whole, then that's where you have to like really look like, oh my god, they're trying to make me
Yeah.
fucking somebody else, and like that's a whole different thing. But if
Right.
they're trying to just speak on whatever they want to speak about that bothers them, it's like, okay, like that's an easy fix.
Right.
Like, let me not say this, let me not do that,
Yeah.
and it's not changing your whole life.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like, I don't know. I always, for me, I accept always like constructive criticism.
Yeah.
Like, I love it. Like, I don't know people, I know people that don't love it,
Right.
but it's just like, I love it because I know I'm not perfect.
Right.
And whatever I can do to make me a better human being, then I will do it.
Right.
Or better for myself. I'm sure it'll better myself. But it's like, I want to hear it.
Yeah. You
Like,
want to
I
hear
love
what,
it.
yeah, because then it's like it helps you grow in a
Yeah,
sense.
it's not putting me down. If, like, I mean, at first it's like, damn, like, I'm really like that. Or like, oh, damn, I'm really like this is not. But it's like, what can I do to be better?
Right.
I'm sure it's like, if it's really your people, that's how I feel like people need to know the difference too. If it's your people, if it's your not. If it's really your people and they're telling you this, then it's
for a
something.
reason.
Yeah, it's for a reason and something to work on
Yeah.
as a whole.
And even then, it's hard for people sometimes to hear it. Like,
It is, yeah.
like it could be
100%.
your right hand man, your best fucking friend, and they tell you about yourself a little bit, and it's like that ego, right? It gets to you.
That's what it all is.
Yeah.
Because oh my god, like even with jealousy,
Mm-hmm.
jealousy all comes from ego. And I'm not gonna say that I'm not. I've been jealous before.
Yeah, absolutely.
A lot of times. And I just have to remind myself, it's just like I'm in my ego.
Yeah.
You know, I'm in my ego and I gotta relax. And then, like, if this person is for me, this and that, then okay. But if not, and that's a whole other different conversation. But if I
Right.
know this person is with me, loyal, and whatever it is, it's just like I'm in my ego. I'm
Right.
thinking about myself or whatever
Yeah.
the thing could be. And I think that was perfect. What you just said, it's the ego.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's 100%.
Yeah.
Because you're thinking about yourself.
Sometimes people look at it too like, oh, like, why do I need to change? Right? It's bothering this person, but why do I need to change? Why don't they just learn to accept me for who I am? But sometimes that mentality, it's not.
It's
You know what I
not
mean?
it.
Yeah.
I mean, if you really been in a relationship, like a true relationship, it's not it.
No.
It's not
You're
it.
not gonna get nowhere like that.
Yeah, and you're really not gonna know until you've been in a real relationship where you had to fight and work for it.
Yeah. If you, I mean,
Yeah.
honestly, like, if I don't think anybody can say that they've been in a real relationship unless they've had to fight for it.
Yeah, I mean,
Because when you like face challenges and obstacles and you figure it out as a couple together, you get past it, you learn from it, you're heartbroken, you move on, like all that shit is what helps you grow.
it does, yeah, and learn what to do in the next one if you want the next one.
Exactly. And that's what breaks a
And-
lot of people because they don't want to work past their ego, they don't want to work past the problem. They don't
Mhm.
think they're the problem, and in a relationship it's not about yourself. And that's something that I've had to learn. I'm not going to lie to you. Like I've always been a person that cares a lot about other people, but at the same time, like I've always cared a little bit more about myself because of my ego. And that's something that I've been learning. I'm still fucking learning to this day, you know? Like I'll catch myself to where I'm like, fuck that. I don't need to do this or I don't need to do that. But then I think about it and I try to work past it and I realize, and once you realize, it's like, fuck, like,
I'm fucking up.
yeah. And I feel like
I'm
that's
messing
okay though,
up.
like because that's how you learn. I mean, Obviously it gets to that point where it's like, okay, you're kind of repetitive about the same shit. You know what I mean? Which it does happen, but I mean, it's like that learning process, and it's like if you continue making the same mistakes, then there's that issue.
Yeah.
But if that situation kind of persists and you're like slowly working towards like kind of digging yourself out that hole, like, you know what I mean? You're working towards it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, 100%. So it's like, I don't know. It's just everyone. I mean, nowadays everybody does their own thing, so it's like you can't really tell them. But it's like, I'll say for me, I don't know. I just think of how much I care about the person or how much I love about the person. Doesn't make them perfect, but it's like, I just think of that, and it's like, do I want to ruin that over something like that they piss me off about? Like, I mean, anybody's gonna piss you off about anything.
It's like you gotta pick your battles.
Oh yeah, yeah, for sure.
You're like, do I cuss you out right now, or do I wait till it's something bigger?
But the thing is, I don't even want to argue. I just want to talk.
Yeah, you know how much energy that shit takes.
It does. I mean, I'll tell y'all something where it's just like, you know, I'll be real. Like, I don't hate nobody. And I also, to this day, I do not say that I hate anybody. And I will think that to my mom. Yeah. My mom did say, like, hating takes more out of you than them. Yeah. They don't give a fuck. Right. So it's like it takes more out of you than them.
You're basically giving them that energy.
And it's just hatred is so, this is exactly what my mom is telling me. The hatred is so evil and ugly. Just say that you don't like it. Yeah. You know, and that's something that I do take. This is something that my mom told me when I was young. Yeah. Because I did actually say, like, I hated my dad. Mm-hmm. Never even met the fool or anything like that. And she's like, she gave me that whole sit down talk and
it felt uncomfortable at the time, right?
It was. Because she was like, who do you tell me? I'm like, back off.
Yeah. You're like, I don't want to tell you that. But then you guys talked about it and you guys kind of, you know what I mean?
We did. And I was young. Yeah. I was young. I think I was like 8, 9 years old. And she told me that. And to this day, ever since like I was 8 years old, I never told anybody that I hated them or that I hate that you do this or that I hate that you do that. I just say that I don't like, because hate is such an awful word. Yeah. And it is such an awful feeling. Exactly. Because after she told me that, and now that I got older, I think of it like you could hate this person, but do you think they give a fuck about that they hate you? Right. You can hate that person all you want, but it's not changing their day. They don't. Yeah. They don't. Yeah. You think that they think about you like at this time of night or this time of day? No, they don't. Yeah, you're spending all that energy into something that, I mean, realistically is never going to change. It's not. And that's what as older, she never told me that, but as older, I did think about that. As an older like woman, I do think of that, and it's just like, why would she tell me that this is that? But it's just like, now that I add more to it, it's like, you know, you're so right. And then I feel like that's one of the best advice she probably would have gave me, my mom. Yeah. And it's like it's one of those things too. It's like you look back and you think about it, and it's like you appreciate it more now as an adult looking back on it, as opposed to when you were younger. Like, why the fuck are we having this conversation? You know what I mean? Like, I hate him. Right. Like, just let me hate him. Don't tell me nothing. But yeah, it's like you appreciate it, and it kind of teaches you something later on down the road. For sure. And especially on how to deal with newer situations as you go. You know what I mean? Because it doesn't have to even be something that deep. It could be something as little as like a fucking coworker, or you know what I mean? Or something. You know what I'll tell you? Yeah. I'm going to be petty right now. It was a while ago. I was working at customer service before what I do now. Yeah. And we met up at this, at a restaurant, right? Yeah. And I do not like boneless wings. Yeah,
I
I
love
hate it.
boneless wings.
You're childish. You're a
I'll
child.
eat the wing in, but
You are a
I like
child.
my little. I like to dunk it
No,
and just take it down.
you're a child. I'll tell you that you're a child. Anyways, well, I despise it. Yeah, like I really do not like boneless wings.
Yeah.
If you give me boneless, I'm not gonna eat that shit.
Yeah.
So, anyways, we were at this restaurant, getting boneless wings, and
Chicken
oh my
nuggets.
god, literally, that's why I'm saying that's childish as fuck. Like, get some fucking chicken nuggets and fucking Denny's or some shit. I don't know.
The sampler.
Hey, if that's what you get, I don't get that childish shit. But anyways, like, cause thing was, I said, you know what, order for me. I gotta take a phone call, and that's what I had to do. Right, and I'm outside for a little bit taking a phone call, and by the time like they take my order and the food comes, I come back in. I'm like, oh, I want to eat some wings. I'm ready for some wings, right? And I see some boneless right in front of me. And this is some shit that my fucking friends got, quote unquote friends. No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm still cool with them. That's it's just like, and I was just like, bruh, like, I literally told you to order me this, and that.
Yeah.
And you ordered me this bullshit. So that's what I'm saying. Like, I was upset, but I did communicate why I was upset. Yeah. I wasn't just sitting there like
with hella
all
envy.
like a stank ass face or like this and that. I told him myself, I was like, dude, I didn't eat it. I didn't.
Did you reorder it? Or you just
I
sure
did.
Okay,
I
I'm
had
to say.
No, I had to come back. I was just like, you know what? Like, I'm sorry. Like, they ordered for me, but like, this is what I really wanted.
Yeah.
And I got it.
Not
but
like
I was
they're
just
gonna
like,
get mad. What are they gonna do? You're paying for it.
No, they felt really bad, and I felt that I felt bad that they felt bad. But I was just like, dude, like, I told you what to order me. It was just an example. I'm just saying, like, and I communicated with them. I didn't sit there with like an angry ass face or anything like that. Like, I don't want to talk to you or anything like that over wings now.
Yeah, for real.
But I was just like, dude, like, I literally told you. And they knew how much I hated boneless wings.
They still ordered that shit.
Yeah. And I was just like, bro, like, that's fucked up. Yeah, I did get very upset. And they were like, why are you mad? I'm like, I already told you. Like,
you got me some fucking boneless wings.
Yeah. So I had to order my own shit, which was fine. But I'm just saying, like, the communication to say what you do like and what you don't like. And if they don't respect that after you tell them, then that's a whole nother conversation.
And that's how you know who to keep around, because
exactly
you can get a good understanding of, okay, well, this is what the problem was. I communicated. It wasn't a big deal because I communicated, and then move on, right?
Exactly.
But when you get those people that they're like, oh, I'm down for you, I'm your best friend, this and that, and then
Bullshit.
you communicate, and then you communicate something that happens like that, and it's like, it's a problem, because it's not what they want,
and it's like, fuck you, like, I'm done with you,
right? And
then I'm like, okay, if you're done with me or some shit like that, I'm done with you,
right? And
it's easy as that. Like, I'm sure like a hurt relationship will hurt you, but it's like it's as simple as that. If it's something that bothers you, not just one time, but multiple times or whatever, I'm not saying to dump them at the first second.
Right.
But it's like multiple
it's that
times.
Persistent issue.
Yeah, persistent. Yeah. And then if they do that, then it's fine. Like, dump them, because like they're not. Well, they're not in your best interest. Like I said in the beginning, it doesn't have to be romantic. It's friends, wise, or whatever.
Right. Even family, shit.
Family, for sure. I've always learned that they always say blood is thicker than water. Water is thicker than blood.
No, for real. Blood don't make you family no more.
Because, I mean, for me, I'm sure there's people that have good family, right? But for me, it's always been water is thicker than blood. I don't know. I wish some people would know that. Yeah. And it's not always blood is thicker than water.
It's who you surround yourself with. I guess
that's a good way to put it.
Yeah, like who you can
Yeah.
not even relate with, just who really
No,
has
it's
your
not
back.
it's who has your back, who you could kick it with,
Yeah.
and still be yourself.
Yeah, who you can be real with around.
And somebody that's not gonna ask you for something all the time,
Right.
and and expect something
Yeah,
from you just to be their friend.
exactly.
And I feel like that would say that's like a touchy subject.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's real though.
Yeah.
And I'm sure there's people out there that feel the same way.
It's like go ahead.
Yeah, I have friends that are more family than
Your family.
than my family. People deal with whatever, like, oh, that's my blood, I have to deal with that.
Right.
And that's not true.
Yeah.
It's 100% not true.
They think that because they're related to this person or people that
It doesn't mean nothing.
that they have to,
Yeah.
like you said, deal with, not even just deal with them, but just keep them in their circle, keep them in their
and
life.
keep getting hurt, which it's not true.
Yeah.
It's
I mean,
not true
shit,
at
I've got a lot of family that I don't necessarily keep in touch with, but
I mean, I don't either.
yeah, but it's not like you said earlier, it's not, I don't think it's on no hatred shit.
No, it's
just,
no hard feelings.
Yeah.
It's nothing.
There's just like, okay, I don't even remember where I heard this from, but it was a saying, right? So like, you know, when the spaceship takes off, right? From like a spaceship, like, you know, send it to the moon or whatever,
right.
to outer space. So when the spaceship takes off, it has thrusters on the side of it, right? So you're the spaceship and you have two thrusters on the sides, meaning your friends and your family, right? So when you take off, right, and you're going up into your journey, those thrusters are there to help you because your spaceship can't make it up by itself, right? So when you get to that certain point in the sky, when you're about to hit outer space, those thrusters, they fall off, right? Because they're no longer needed, right? Because now from that point, you can now finish the journey, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's like those certain friends and those certain, you know, family members that they're there with you to the certain point that, like, no hard feelings, but you just don't need them anymore. They're not,
No,
they don't fit in your life anymore because you're on a different journey.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I've gotten very comfortable cutting people off.
Yeah.
Regardless what it is. Because like I know the type of person that I am.
Yeah.
Where I'm learning the type of person I am. Because like I say, because like you never know your worth until whatever.
Yeah.
But
and that's something that, like, just as a person, you have to figure out for yourself.
Oh, for sure.
Because I can't sit here and tell you this is what you're worth, and you can't tell me, because at the end of the day, those words don't mean shit until you figure it out for yourself, until you go through whatever experiences or whatever traumatic or good or bad, like you have to figure it out for yourself.
Well, that's what that saying comes where it's like easier said than done.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it is a process. It does take long.
No, it is for sure.
Yeah.
I was heartbroken for years about like when my family didn't want to be together or joined, whatever. And now it's just like, you know what, it's whatever. It's something that I'm used to.
Exactly.
Or this and that. And it's just like something that I
not came to terms with, but
well, I actually did. I didn't come to terms. Yeah. But it's something that, like, what I choose to put my energy on.
Right.
I guess that.
Yeah.
Because I feel like that's another thing that you learn with. Because you could fucking trip off whatever you want all day long.
And you put that energy into something that's not going anywhere. Yeah. And you're not going to go anywhere.
Yeah. I mean, we're not even going to lie now. I'm like, my family puts a lot of responsibilities on me, and I deal with it because I don't want to be that person, right? So it's just like stuff that I know, but I still do. So that's another thing too. Like you could know something is wrong, but you still do it. You put up with it, and you still do it, and that's what I'm doing now.
Yeah, and it's like you put up with it for a reason. Whether it's because you love that person so much, whether it's because you're so drained from your normal day-to-day that you don't want to hear it or deal with it, whether it's because you really want to or because you really just have to, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Everybody has like that different reason on why they put up with what they put up with.
Yeah. I mean, for me, I don't know. Everybody's different, right? I just I feel like my attitude has been changing 100%. My attitude has been changing with people. Like it's like even sometimes like I don't even want to be around you. I don't want to talk to you because I'm so burnt out and I'm just only finding energy and what I could do, which is work. That's the only energy I have is for work. And when I get home, I'm like, fuck, like, do I want to be home?
Right.
But then if you're feeling like me, I don't know about anybody else, but if you're feeling like me, like, you don't want to be home at the same time.
Even though you're exhausted.
You're exhausted. You want to lay down, but you don't want to be home because you're tired of home.
Yeah. When all you were thinking about at work the whole day was, damn, I can't wait to
till I
be
get home.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. I can't wait till I go to bed. Or this is not fucking bullshit. And it's just like, that's what they say too. It's just like, you only have energy on what, like, you could do.
Right. And
it's like, I understand that. And it's just, but at the same time, I just hate how my attitude has been. Mm-hmm. And I'm real with that. Like, my attitude has not been 100%. Like, I've been very, that's why I said earlier in the beginning, where I've been not the pleasant at work. I'm just like, tell me what you want.
Yeah. Tell me what you want. Let's go. I gotta
not
go.
even like a hi, how you doing? Like, what's up? What you want?
Yeah.
And it's just like, I don't like that either. Yeah. So it's like, you gotta deal with it. And I'm not saying I know 100% because I'm dealing with it right now. Yeah. Because there's a lot of stuff that I'm dealing with that I have not. Yeah. And I'm learning in the process. And who's to say like I'm doing it the right way either? Right. I don't think I'm doing it the right way either.
But you got to think
about processing
too,
with my stuff.
Yeah, but there's a lot of people too that go through the same thing every day that you go through, and they don't even know how to like not even communicate about it, but just they don't even know how to, I guess, think. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's why I feel like episodes like this with the podcast is great because people dealing with the same issues and people going through the same things, they can get another person's, I guess, point of view on it without directly speaking to someone. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I hope I can help.
Yeah.
And not everybody is the same. I feel like that's the same thing. Not everybody's the same, and we're not gonna deal with stuff the same way. But I mean, because like I don't even. Not even the way that I deal with it is the same. Mm-hmm. So it's like I'm at home.
Like, everybody will deal with their issues and how they want to. Yeah,
exactly. It's just like, and even that's not something that like I want to do, but it's just something that you only have energy for. Right. If you're the same boat, Yeah. And it's just. What I know, okay, so what I'll tell you is if you're in the same boat where you would rather be at work than at home, then you are at the same boat. Yeah. I'll tell you that because it's not, rather be at work than at home, it's not healthy. Right. And even I know that, and I'd rather be at work than at home, and I know that it's not okay to think like that. But it's something that's getting me through the day. Yeah. That's why.
And that's a big thing.
And it's something that I know it's not right or it's not healthy, but currently it's something that's getting me through the day.
Yeah. And that's all that, I mean, as far as for you, that's really all that matters.
Yeah,
like,
for me, yeah.
It's like what gets you past that 9 to 5, what gets you past that drama, that like fucking attitude or whatever it is, you know what I mean?
What I'd rather do with
everybody has their coping mechanisms, but whatever works for you is what you need, you know what I mean? You should continue with.
Yeah. And it's working now. I'm not saying it's gonna work forever. Yeah. But it's just like it's something what I'm doing
And you learn
currently.
as you go, right?
Yeah, I'm learning as I go, and I
Yeah.
feel like that's with everybody. I hope everybody learns as they go, because it's like everybody is different. That's why I really want to like reiterate.
Yeah.
Everybody's different.
Everybody
Because
goes through
like,
their own
you
thing.
know, like depression could be something different to you
Yeah.
than to me.
Right.
Because if I'm talking about it right now, like, and a psychologist is listening to me, she'd be like, "Bitch, you're depressed."
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it's just like, it's not like I'm in denial or anything like
Right.
that. But it's like I'm alive, and I'd like to continue to be alive. So I'm just doing whatever energy I could give.
Exactly.
Yeah, I feel like that's what it is. You give the energy that what you can give in life.
Right.
You know.
That's awesome.
And yeah, I hope that helps.
Yeah.
I don't want to just say shit to say shit.
No,
I hope
yeah,
it helps.
it's real. I mean, it's not like you said. You're not just saying it to say
No, I'm
it's something
not.
that's
Yeah.
like you're dealing or dealt with, and how you cope or coped with it or continue to cope with it. And
Mm-hmm.
you know what I mean? It's you're not just talking out your ass.
I'm like, I'm not, I'm literally telling y'all that's
Yeah.
that's what I'm telling you and telling
Yeah.
y'all, like, that's what I'm doing right
Yeah.
now to get me through the day.
Yeah.
And it's hard for people to get through the day,
Yeah.
and it's fine. It's 100% fine.
Yeah.
But it's what you tell yourself or what you do to get yourself through the day.
And what really works.
And what works for you.
Yeah.
This for me currently, workaholic.
Yeah.
That's what's getting me through the day. If not,
Just keeping busy.
yeah, keeping busy.
Yeah.
I think that's what it is. And that's what the drag is of being home. It's like, what the fuck do I do?
Yeah.
I already fucking mopped. I already fucking vacuumed.
Yeah.
I already did this and that. So what the fuck do I do, dog?
Yeah,
You know?
Exactly.
So it's like, that's how it's like, damn, I'd rather be a word, dog, because I'm always doing something.
Right.
You
And
know?
then you're making money at the top of that.
Again. Yeah. Which is fine. I mean,
Yeah.
honestly, if somebody's going through that, they're not even thinking about the money.
Oh yeah, off tops.
They're not, you know, be
It's
real.
just getting out of that.
It's
not even a
out-
situation, but just getting
getting out the
Yeah.
house, fucking talking to different people, even if you don't want to talk to them.
Being distracted all day.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's it.
That's
Yeah.
what it
Off
is.
tops.
Yeah. So it's like, it's again, it's just like, it's like a each to their own
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
type bullshit.
Yeah.
You know?
What
Like, I'm
what I guess moment or decision have you what kind of decision have you made that made, I guess, the greatest impact on your life so far?
Oh wow, such a good question. If I'm gonna be real, I feel like it's just being here right now,
Yeah.
and it's like it's nothing to do with anybody else, but it's like an outsider thing, somebody that I really do care for. This and that.
Yeah.
But it's somebody that I do care for, and that's what kind of get me here.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm like really keep it a buck, doing what I'm doing, this and that, like that is my greatest. What do you say it?
Decision or
No,
Kinda
not
like-
decision.
like step.
¿Cómo se dice apoyo?
oh shit.
Like support.
Yeah, there you go.
Support.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that's my greatest support and what I think about.
Those are those Spanish phrases that you like. You're like, fuck, how do you say it in English again?
I know.
It's because that shit don't be making sense in English sometimes.
Yeah.
People be looking at you like, bro, you said that in Spanish? Like, what the fuck?
You know what I meant?
Yeah, for real.
But yeah, I would think that would be like why
Yeah.
I'm here and why what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Because 100%, I think I'd be all over the place. I mean, we had a conversation earlier in the day what I'm actually planning on doing.
Yeah.
But it's just like what's keeping me here right now.
Yeah.
Again, is that certain person.
Yeah.
And
And that goes back to how everybody copes. Everybody deals with what they deal with.
yeah.
It's a person.
But
It's
again, you don't want to put your shoulder on that person and depend on them.
right, right.
But I think it's, for my aspect, it's like it's for them.
Yeah.
Why I'm here, you know, because
Yeah.
everybody could be gone if they wanted
absolutely.
to, right?
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
and I think that's what it is, and that what makes it today. Because I actually will tell you, like, even like if I didn't have that person, I wouldn't be as involved with my family. Like, hence my grandma, I wouldn't be as involved with my grandma or their family.
Right.
I don't think I would have. I think I'd just be doing what I'm doing, you know.
Yeah, most definitely.
So it's like, you know, like, and I do give thanks to that person, but that's why I'm here.
Yeah, most definitely.
Back to the question. Yeah,
No,
that's
you're
why
all
I'm
good.
here.
You're all good. How do you? I guess what is your like definition, or how would you define success?
Success.
And it could be in any kind of a general aspect of it, just success in general.
Aspect. I feel like I mean, everybody sees success as different things, right? But I feel like success is what it is to you. I feel like I couldn't even say what success means, because I feel like success to me is like, it could be so little to somebody else, but success to me is getting your own house in the United States. It's getting your own house.
Yeah.
But to anybody else, it could be something totally different.
Right.
You know, they're wanting that and plus more.
Right, exactly.
But to me, that's what it is.
Yeah.
Because in this economy, I don't want to bring politics into it, but it's like, in this economy, it's hard.
It's difficult.
It's
very
hard,
difficult, yeah.
and anybody listening would know.
Yeah, you can't just fucking have one job anymore and have a fucking.
No.
You gotta be working all these jobs and all these hours and putting all this time and effort.
Yeah.
And then you might be lucky to rent something.
Yeah,
you know
that's
what
I feel like success is. Something. Okay, well, I'll put it into better words.
Yeah.
Something that you could call your own.
Right. In your name.
In your name, yeah, something that you did on your own, and you worked for it, and you worked hard for it.
Yeah.
I feel like that would be what success is, because, like I said, everybody has different success.
Yeah.
It's having a family, or it's having a family and a house, or it's having a family, or whatever it is.
Yeah.
I feel like success has to be determined by that person
and what their goal is.
Exactly, because everybody has different goals. Because like, you could talk to a millionaire and say like, "Oh, success is this is that," but it's like, you don't know what they're going through. They could be so empty.
Yeah, and everybody works
and have so much money.
Yeah,
and that's not what it is. That's what not success is to the next person.
Yeah, because success to a millionaire could be to find love, to find a person, to find a family, or whatever, you know. And then to us, it's like to own something, to be in a better position. Everybody, not everybody has everything. I really believe that.
No,
like,
it's 100%.
Like you either I don't know. You just either have one or the other. You never have both. You know.
I mean, you look at Robin Williams.
Yeah.
Oh, Robin Williams. Sorry. Robin Williams.
Yeah.
I mean, that fool was an amazing actor.
Yeah.
And had the money and had this and that.
And he always looked so happy.
And look what he did to himself. And it's nothing wrong towards him, but it's just like, it's something to think about. That's what I'm saying. So I don't think it's something that you could ask for is what is success is to you, because it's something different everybody else. Maybe success is to having friends.
Exactly.
Or is it to get a job?
Yeah.
Or is it to this and that?
Get your GED.
Yeah, or whenever it is.
Finish
you don't even
high
have to
school.
have that.
Yeah.
You don't have to do anything you don't want to do.
Yeah, exactly.
And I just see that 100%. So it's just like for me, it's just like for me,
Yeah.
success is having my own place.
Yeah.
But for other people, it could be like you're a billionaire, but they want more,
Right.
or you touch a little bit of money and you want more.
Yeah.
But
And
it's
that's
like
where greed comes in.
yeah, greed,
Yeah.
and it's not success.
Yeah.
I mean, like success is whatever you think it is,
Mm-hmm.
because you could be successful and I could be successful, but it's not your tier.
Right.
And when it could be.
Exactly. Because
Yeah.
to other people, we could be non-successful.
Oh yeah, for
You know
sure.
what I
We
mean?
can be
Yeah.
bottom of the barrel. If
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
didn't even thought about it. So I think like it's more in the mindset.
Yeah.
100% more in the mindset.
Yeah. What do you think is a challenge that's taught you like a valuable lesson in life? Like something that, whether it was a hardship, an obstacle, what do you think has something that you went through that taught you something?
I mean, if I'm bringing back again, it's probably like family.
Yeah.
I mean, but I'm not like the typical person to like. I don't know. That's what I say. Like everybody's different. For
Mhm.
me, it's different. I don't have the daddy issues. I don't have the fucking like sadness of it. And I'm sad like towards my family, but it's just and I don't let it
Affect
control me.
There you go.
Or affect me or anything like that. Because
Yeah.
like I've been through a lot,
Yeah.
and I don't let it affect me as a person.
Yeah.
Because it's like at the end of the day, the person next to you is not gonna give a fuck about what you've been through.
No, yeah, it's tough.
Fuck no. If you're trying to get a new job, they're not gonna give a fuck about what you've been through.
Especially when it don't benefit them or don't affect them.
Exactly. And it's just like they're not gonna give a fuck. So like I feel like that's what I kind of learned too. Just like I've been through a lot. I had to grow up at a young age. I didn't have a father.
Yeah.
This is mad lot. I lost very important people in my life, but I don't let it control me.
Right.
Because it's like, what am I gonna do?
Yeah, that growing up at a young age thing is real because
for sure.
So I have 3 younger siblings. I'm the oldest.
Right. Yeah.
And when I was about 10 years old, my father walked out, didn't say shit. You know what I mean? Just completely went ghost. Right.
He got some milk. He never came
back. He went to the store and just decided never to come back. And of course, like at the time, you know, I'm 10 years old, 11 years old, right? Like that shit hurt. You know what I mean? It
sure.
fucking broke me, and I can admit that now, you know, because then when it happened, you know what I mean? It was like, what the fuck did I do wrong, right?
It's because you're young.
Yeah.
You don't think of that or anything like that.
Yeah. And growing up, like you said, growing up at that young age was me helping out my mom a lot, right? When my mom had, you know, shit to do to take care of us and provide for us, it was, you know, it meant me missing school. It meant me sometimes helping out with dinner. It meant me, you know, just doing certain shit that a child really didn't have to do. And it's not
supposed to do.
Not supposed to do, exactly. And it's not my mom's fault. It's not, you know what I mean? I'm not going to sit here and blame anybody, you know?
Yeah.
But that growing up at that young age, learning how to take care of your younger siblings, essentially kids, right? It's I don't know, it's just kind of when you grow up, it's like, damn, like I was doing shit, adult shit as a kid.
You look at things at a different perspective.
Exactly.
That's what it is.
And it's like all the fun shit that kids were doing at my age, I didn't get. You know what I mean? I still played baseball throughout school and high school and shit, and I still had my, you know, my education and, you know, my sports and all that. But in a different aspect, it really wasn't like the same. You know what I mean? Because in the back of my mind, like, I still thought about, well, fuck, what if the lights go out tonight? Or how am I going to help my mom to figure shit out when I know she's stressed the fuck out over it? You know what I mean? Because nobody was ready for something like that, you know?
No, 100%. And it's just like, even with schooling, I feel like that's another thing. Like, I never had my mom help me with it.
Yeah.
Or, like, even, this is how much, like, she did not help me with it. It was
Yeah.
just like they thought that I was fucking only speaking Spanish. So it's just like that's how much she didn't help me. Like I had to go through ESL for a
Damn.
long time,
Yeah.
even though my mom spoke English.
Yeah.
But they still put me through ESL.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's being racist or just my mom wasn't involved.
Right.
But it was just like, and they're like looking at me like, girl, you don't need ESL.
Right.
I'm like, I'm American. I'm just kidding. Like I knew both languages,
Yeah.
but maybe it was just a place that I went to where it's just like on some more racist shit. They're like, oh, she's Mexican. She has to go through ESL.
Yeah.
And I did that for a while because I had even thought to myself, I was like, I don't need this. Like I know what you're talking about, you know?
Yeah.
And it was a lot. Like I had to sign permission slips for myself. I had to read my mom's stuff. I had to, even I remember the first and last time I ever asked my mom for homework and never did it again. So it's just like, it's stuff that you have to figure out. And it's just, my mom was a single mom. So it's like, I'm not even ragging or anything. Like she did everything that she could for me.
Right.
But it's just like, I also had to learn a lot of stuff on my own.
Yeah. It was a learning process for everybody.
It was for sure. Like I started doing my own laundry at 7 years old.
Right.
Like I talked to people for her, and like this, my mom spoke English, y'all, and I still had to like talk to people for her, and I had to do everything for my schooling, and I think it made me to the person I was today.
Right.
It's not even on no hater shit or
no,
anything.
yeah, of course.
Because I 100% respect my mom for what she did for me, because she didn't have to.
Right.
She was a single mom.
And that's why I kind of like where it goes back to where it's like, my mom, your mom, they could have given up, right? They could have.
And they could have given up us,
right.
And
they could have just said, fuck it. Like, what makes life meaningful for you? And how do you try to prioritize that in your life?
I guess it's a little bit selfless, because I have been thinking about that too. I mean, everybody always thinks about their purpose and stuff like that. And it's just like, well, nowadays I'm thinking it's just like, maybe it is to bring everyone else up, to do what I can for everybody else. Lately, that's what it has been. That's what makes it meaningful. Maybe that's what it was. Not even maybe. That's what it was probably for me from when I was younger. Just to do whatever I can for people, to make it easier for them, or to make them happy. Again, not for everybody.
Yeah.
But it's just me personally, because maybe currently I haven't found what's for me. Because I would love to be selfish and be like, this and that.
Yeah. And go
like
off and do your own thing.
Yeah. I mean, but that's just not me. I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of people too that are selfish and do their own thing. But it's just, for me personally, I think it's just to be there for people. Because it's recently what it has been now to be meaningful for me. But yeah, if it was the latter, if you were to ask me like the same question, if I wasn't going through what I was now, like I probably would have told you like nothing.
No, I feel it.
But I think, yeah, that's what it is. And maybe that's what you're here for life. People are here for different things.
Yeah,
that's
everybody has their purpose.
Like, yeah. And I feel like it's just the people that are trying to find it. It's hard. That's why I don't want to find it. I'm just trying to let it go naturally.
Yeah.
But yeah, like currently, I think it's what makes it meaningful is everybody else. I don't even think myself.
Yeah.
Because like I said earlier, I'm just going through the motions.
Yeah.
It's not really meaningful to me.
Yeah. No, I feel
I'm
that.
just fucking waking up. Oh, I
Doing
have
what
a
you
day
gotta do.
off. Okay, yeah, I'm doing this, and that. Or I'm waking up and I gotta go to work, or whatever it is, vice versa.
Yeah.
But I mean, which is nothing wrong as long as something keeps you here on this earth.
Yeah.
I guess that's a good way
Yeah.
to put it, because everybody has a purpose, but it's hard to find it.
Yeah. If you can give your younger self at any point some advice, any type of advice, what would you give? What kind of advice would you give to your younger self, and why?
I think don't be selfless. I feel like that's what it'd be like. Actually care about yourself.
Yeah.
Don't care about others. Care about yourself. Because if you don't care about yourself, who is?
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
So you just gotta think of it like that. I mean, not to being entirely selfish, but what I would pertain to the question for that, I would say, like, yeah, like, think a little bit more about yourself
Mm-hmm.
to get you to places where you want to be. Don't wait for anybody else. Don't put anybody before you in that aspect.
Mm-hmm.
And do your best, you know. That's why I think, like, I don't know, maybe my younger self is like, wouldn't you always think of like, oh, your younger self's like, wouldn't you be here by now? You know?
Yeah.
But it's like, I don't think you should look at that either.
Yeah.
It's just, I feel like that's the way you should look at it is exactly how you phrase that question. Like, what would make your younger self be better?
Right.
But it's like you can't change that, but it's something that you wish you would have known
Yeah.
at that age.
Mm-hmm.
And
Do you feel like if you thought if you were able to give yourself that piece of advice, do you feel like your life would be different today?
for sure,
Yeah.
100%.
Do you feel
Yeah,
like it'd
I
be
think,
better or think it'd be worse?
I mean, if we're keeping it real, I think it would have been better.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I stopped myself for people.
Mm-hmm.
I stopped my future for people.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like thinking of that. It's like if I would have never done that, I would have been.
You think if you were
But
like
it's like
a
not.
little bit more selfish, that you'd be more successful?
But yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like quote unquote that you say that.
Yeah.
It's not. It's not that. It's just like to save the feelings and
Yeah.
save the hurt, not to be more successful. It's to save the hurt that that she would have gone through, or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever it was, and it's not the success. It's just to save from the heartbreak.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's what it was. Because even me at that age, I'd put everybody by myself, like before myself.
Mm-hmm.
And that's so I feel like that's what I would say, just to save from the heartbreak, not success wise.
Yeah.
Because again, everybody has their own success thing.
Right.
But me currently, I have a different success. Maybe her back then would have a different success.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But yeah, that would be it. That'd be like the only advice
Cool.
that I'd kind of give.
Yeah. Well, how do you feel?
You asking some deep questions, but trying to get through it.
Yeah. Well, we're damn near to that point.
Oh, we're to that point.
So, thank you again
Bye.
for everything, for
Yeah.
all the good advice and all the.
Well, I hope I helped.
Yeah.
I'm just saying it's more personal wise.
Yeah,
but
definitely. But it's something that I feel like it helps get off your chest, helps when you, I guess when you hear it,
it is different.
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah.
So
That's why it's like always try to vent.
yeah.
I tell you, try to vent, and if nobody wants to hear you vent, then you got to get new people.
Yeah.
I'll tell you that. And yeah, maybe that's all. Maybe I gotta say.
It was Poor Decisions Podcast. Again, it's your boy Henny Swabs.
And your girl Christina.
Thank y'all for tuning in. We'll see y'all later.
Peace.
Girl, you chosen. Fuck it up when you bust wide open. It's the ocean. I'm just imposing that you give it to me and just me only. Yeah, girl, you chosen. Fuck it up when you bust wide open. It's the ocean. I'm just imposing that you give it to me and just me only.